Hello everybody! Today for Sunday Funday, we're going to see how I draw the visible woman. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Right, okay, so you saw from the picture, the idea behind the visible woman is I have a visible woman. There's an old model that is basically a little toy model of a human anatomy, basically, and they have a visible man and a visible woman. I think I still have my visible man, but I haven't drawn a woman in a while, so I thought, yeah, let's do anatomy and work on a visible woman. So I can't just draw a regular visible woman, right? We got to do a little Sunday Funday and make it crazy. So I thought, well, let's do, because then I started thinking, I was like, what about like the Invisible Man and the technology or the science that got in there and that kind of thing. So then I thought, well, hey, how about we do like a science, technology, visible woman. So in other words, we're going to build like, well, you saw from the picture, we're going to build a suit that she's wearing, basically, that powers her visibility. And we're kind of getting away with, hey, we get to make it whatever we want, but we're getting away with not drawing everything, because this is what we want to do, this is how I draw, and adding a little bit of artistic license to it. So that's the process. That's why I drew it the way I did, because I thought it would be cool to do science and reasoning behind the visibility of the woman. I don't know, a lot of times I feel like I need to explain. I don't know why. So that's why I'm explaining why I drew her the way I did. I don't know, I thought maybe it's something to talk about while we're sketching, right? And now that I think about it too, I need to sketch out anatomy, like the bones, right? Because I'm getting away with not drawing everything, but I still need to add some anatomy in there. Like the skeletal structure. Oh, and that's the other nice thing about the model, is that it doesn't have everything perfect. So we're kind of playing around with that too. That all we're going to see are the bones and then maybe her intestines right here. We're going to kind of make all those in there, and then you're going to see a little bit of the or the lungs under the rib cage, and then we're not even going to draw every single detail of the rib cage. We're going to kind of imply a lot of stuff. And that's going to be the other trick, is that we have to draw, we have to imply that there's stuff there underneath this flesh. Okay, so that being said, okay, so let me draw the leg bone here. So we're I'm going to come back with the small Sharpie to draw the bones, to keep it subtle, but not draw the entire line. So you'll see what I'm talking about. It's gonna be a creative process, basically. So this one might be a little long. I have no idea. I mean, right now I just kind of got started and see where it's going to take me. And I don't even know how I'm going to add science to it. I just thought, yeah, let's do the gloves and the boots and the waist, the belt will be kind of the not center part, but the focal point of the science, right? The technology that is making her visible. The one thing I can't explain is why. Like, you know, I thought this would be a great idea. Let's do crazy, you know, science and whatnot, see what we can do. But why? Why Visible Woman? The excuse that I have is because of that model. Just because it gives us something cool and fun to draw. Like if someone were to make this, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? I guess what it could be, what we could say is this is to further medical technology so you can look inside someone. That's it. That's what we'll say. Medical technology to look inside with someone to, you know, check for anything wrong with you. And so this is the technology they have to use to see inside of you. You know? Boom. That's what we're going to say. Tubes and whatnot. Okay, so let me draw this hand, and let me see, what can I do with this one? Let's just do same thing, like that one over there. Okay. Oh, and then I'm going to try to add some muscular details or skeletal details to the hands, but again, we're getting so small with the hands that may not be possible. We'll see what I can do here. Okay, so for their head, let's see, I want her head kind of looking at you, and I kind of want to do her hair up because that's how the model is too, and that'll also make it easier for you to draw a skeleton. We're just going to look straight at you. And again, we're not going to draw every single detail. We're going to imply a skeleton and add some flesh details with the Sharpie. So that's what we'll do. We'll do her hair back. Tied up in a bun. Like that. Awesome. Yeah, because that's not the highlight of this. The rest of it's the highlight. So, let me erase some of these sketch lines and we'll get going. Now, the sketch kind of worked, so I'm not going to erase everything, but I need to erase some of it to make it disappear because I want my Sharpie to stand out, not my sketch lines. But I do need to leave enough that I can follow it. Because a lot of the detail is going to come out with the Sharpie, not with the pencils. So, I don't want to worry too much about drawing all those details because I'm going to redo it with the Sharpie, and that's where it's going to count for me. So if you're working with pencil, you just keep drawing. You start pressing harder. Me, I just want to make some of this disappear, and then we'll get going. Awesome, that looks good to me. Let me tighten up my paper. I got a little loose here. All right, let's go. Let's welcome everybody that skipped and get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but depends a little finer than a fine point. You can find the things that a fine point can't quite find. I sketched the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to see where we're going to go. So I'm going to start off with the Sharpie pen because we're going to have a lot of fine detail in this one. So I'm going to start off with the face. So let me do the eyes. I just want to do the top of the lid like this, just to make sure I've got the head facing the right way, you know, level, and that looks about right to me. So I'm going to go ahead and draw some retinas, the color part, like this, very tiny, and then add just a little bit of pupil if you can. Like I can barely just tap it in, that's all I can do, because this is so tiny it's going to bleed, and I don't want to go too far with this. So I'm just going to add a little bit of like a cat eye makeup, just to give her a little bit of an eyelash, so to speak, but it's starting to bleed, so I gotta be very careful about that. And we're also gonna add skeletal structure too. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and add like an eyebrow like this. Another one like this. I'm not too worried about them because they're gonna kind of disappear with what I'm about to do. And then I'm gonna go ahead and draw the nose. Let's do this. Let's do the nose, the mouth, and then we're gonna add the skeletal structure so you see where we are. Okay, so for the nose, I'm just gonna come down here and do one of these. Something like that. That's all you're really gonna see. And again, it's gonna disappear when we do the nose of the skeleton anyway. So, oh, let me do the bottom of the eye, hang on. Just gonna bring it in just a little bit. I don't draw the bottom because, again, it's gonna bleed. I let color take care of that. So that's it. I just kind of come in just a little bit just to imply the eye. And let's give her some lips. That, and I want to draw like the top and the bottom, but I don't really, because we're about to do some skeletal implications. So we're gonna do the eye. So I'm just gonna do something like this. All right, so see, I'm kind of implying that there's a skeletal structure underneath, but I'm not drawing the entire line because you can see through her. You're still going to see the flesh on top, but the flesh is clear. That's what it is. The flesh is clear, so we're not drawing everything. We're implying that there's a skeletal structure underneath. So we're drawing like the teeth, like that, and that's all I'm going to do. And come in and draw the inside of the cheekbones, like this. So see, we're kind of implying the skeletal structure, and then I'm going to come back and do more with color. And then I'm going to do the bottom of the jaw. Like this. And do her actual jaw. The side of her face. So you see what I was doing? Just kind of implying a bunch of lines. And that's how we're going to do the whole thing. So I'm going to draw her jaw over here. Okay, so the flesh is kind of over everything, so that's why I'm just kind of implying a little bit of skull. And I'm going to start to thicken these outer layers because this is what's going to basically give her structure. I'll draw an ear right here. This is what's going to give her structure as we're drawing a visible person. Okay, I'm going to draw another ear right here. I'm going to draw this part just to kind of, give her the ear structure. And plus, when I do this outer layer, I'm going to switch over to the big Sharpie. You're going to see a huge difference in line width. So I'm kind of matching what's about to happen and also giving her a little bit of structure. Okay, so I got her hair up, so I'm going to draw her hairline like this. And because basically you can see her skull, we're going to go ahead and draw like the edge of the skull just a little bit, like that. Okay? So again, see how we're being subtle? We're not drawing the entire thing. That way it shows some things under there, but we're also like not... We want it to be see-through. That's what I'm trying to say. So this is her hair, again, up in a bun. Sorry if you hear the buzz of the wind blowers out there, but there's my window's open. I've been enjoying the air as I work, and there's leaf blowers out there. So guest appearance by leaf blowers, yay! Okay, so her hair's up in a bun, so I'm just going to basically do that, and that's going to be it. So see how we got the skull in there, and you can see through the hair as well? All right, so that's the basic premise of the entire thing. So I'm going to start with structure, skeletal structure, and then we're going to come back in and add some bones, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and just draw her arm here, her shoulder, down to where we're going to connect into the glove part, like this. So let's see, I'm going to come back up here for her arm. There's the elbow, like this. And her rib cage is going to come down like this to her hips. And there's the edge of the belt. So I'm kind of doing something like this because I kind of have a plan. So it's not just straight across, it's got parts and stuff like that. So let me go back up here for her other hip, then her breast, up like this, and then we're gonna come up this way with the arm, and then we'll add some bones. Okay, so I'm gonna draw her shoulder like this, her arm, again, to the, what do you call it, the glove, I guess is what we're gonna call it. Back inside to her arm right there. Now, we've got that defined, so let me go ahead and add just a little bit of skeletal structure. I've sketched it out so I know where I'm going with this. And again, I'm just gonna draw just like a little bit of bones, not the entire thing, just a little bit of implying that you can see through, okay? So I'm gonna draw like a clavicle here. And I talked about this in the sketch. I think the reason we're doing this is because we're saying that this is where science is taking you, so you could see inside the body to check on any irregularities. That's why we're doing this. Oh, you know what? Here, let's draw her breasts just a little bit like that. Here's the other one coming over like this. Okay, we're not going to worry about nipples because right now we're just drawing a little bit of implying that there is musculature over these bones, right? So let's draw a rib cage. So I'm just going to go ahead and follow my sketch here. I just kind of did something like this. Ooh, let's do this. Let's do it like this. So the centerpiece is right there. So I'm going to go ahead and just do one of these on each side. And now remember, I have her kind of turned. So I'm just kind of doing this. Now remember, we're not drawing every single bone. We're just kind of coming in and implying the rib cage is right there. So again, we're kind of implying where it is. And let's see, we're gonna do one more, or let's do this. Let's show you where we are. So we come here for the bones, like that. I'm gonna go ahead and connect it off like this. And we'll do one more little floater like that. So see, we're just kind of doing a few. We're not doing everything. So same thing for arm. I'm not going to draw here, we'll do this for what's behind. What's the one that's behind? Is that the clavicle? I can't remember right now. But we're just going to do something like this, again, to imply there's stuff back there, but you're not going to see every single detail. So here's where it's going to connect. Then we're going to go ahead and draw the bone down here to this. Then we're going to kind of disappear back here because that's where stuff is over itself and we're not worried about every single detail. Again, we're kind of implying and creating intrigue, I guess that's the best way to say it. Okay, so there you go. So see how we're kind of mixing and matching? That's the whole idea. So for her insides here, we're going to do, again, I talked about this in the sketch. This is all based on a model. The model I have has, you can see the bones and then they put the stuff inside. So all you can really see here is we're going to say there's a little bit of lungs in there. Come down like this. And then they have intestines. So I'm just going to kind of do something like this and kind of play around with, like, well, that's her intestines. That's where it goes. But see how I'm not even touching the side? I'm just kind of making a floating intestinal tract. And then maybe I'll do more with color. Okay, so there you go. So see, I'm not even connecting all this. There's more stuff in here. We'll do like that. We'll do like this just to show there's more behind it. But again, not every detail, just the idea. Okay, so here's why. So let's draw like a belt. And what I mean by why is like, why is she visible? And we're gonna say, well, it's because of the technology it is making her visible. And again, I like to make this all consistent. This is just me, so don't worry about if you're not doing this. If you're working with pencil, you probably don't want to do this. But I like to make it look thick, thin, thick, you know what I mean? All work together. All right. There we go. So here we're going to, see, I've got Well, okay, let's do this. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and finish the arms, and then I can draw, because I have hoses connected to her body here. And so I did something like this that I don't know what I did. I just sketched some stuff. And so, same thing. These are going to be like, I don't know, batteries, some kind of power source, right? Around the gloves. And then let's do, connect it like this. And remember, we're just making this up, so you do what you want. Okay. I got to remember to try to do the same thing over here. And again, because I'm just making it up, we're just gonna, you know, do some crazy, weird science stuff. Okay, something like that. So that's what it is. Just the power of the glove that's making her visible. All right, so let me draw our hand, and then I can come back to the belt here. I'm going to finish off this part. So for the hand, I'm going to try to draw it. I'm just going to follow my shape and see if I can get away with drawing it thick enough to add some bones. I might not be able to, though. So what we're going to do, the same thing, I got to keep this a little thick. I'm going to do like I did there. I'm going to imply a lot of stuff. Okay, so for bones, I'm going to do something like that. Again, I can't draw every single one, especially considering how tiny that's going to be. So we're just going to imply like that, so that you can see. There you go. We'll just do that, okay? Okay, so that being said, I've got a hose coming out, so let's do that here. Let's do a hose from right here. And then I'm going to draw it to the belt, but I wanted it in front of this part of the belt where it connects. We're going to say it connects right here. Okay, there's going to be another one like that. And then I can draw, let's do it with a smaller Sharpie, so we kind of get a complement. Now, it may not, it's going to be thick and thin. Like, I'm not going to get this perfect. I'm just going to do something like this. Okay. And that way, we're just going to say, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in there. So it's not going to be perfect. You know, there's wires and tubes and whatnot. So we're just going to say that's good enough for science. Okay, but like I said, I wanted it in front of the belt, so I can now draw the belt. So let's say we're going to draw like a centerpiece like that, the old circular, what do you call it, buckle, you know, something like that, just to show science, futuristic, you know. There you go. See, it's not perfect. I didn't even get that right, but that's okay. I'm not worried about stuff like that. I'm just wanting to make science parts. Okay. And we're going to do another tube. Let me go ahead and close off the belt right here. There's another tube. We'll say it's coming from the back. It's going back here. And we'll say it's kind of plugged in back here like that. So it's going to come down, hang out, and go this way. Okay. There, that way it's connected to the back right here, like that. Awesome. There we go. Okay, so now we got to do the same thing over here, and this one might take a little long. Sorry, but that's the fun detail we're doing for Sunday Fun Day, you know? Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to draw as much as I can. I'm going to make it look like that. I may be off a little bit, and that's okay. So I'm going to draw the little, what do you call it, battery attachments, whatever we decided this was. Science details, that's what they are. All right, so just a little bit of extra right here. All right. Let's do that over here too. I like that. It came out good. Like that. Okay. Same thing. I'm going to draw our hands, connect the belt. We're good. So again, I'm going to try to give myself enough room for bones, but I'm okay if it's not. All right. Now for some fun detail. It's really going to be fun when I color this. That's when it's really going to stand out. Okay. All right, that'll work. Okay, so let's draw the hoses. And so we'll say this one again, it's connected right here. It's not how I sketched it, but that's okay. We're going to adapt, right? Okay, so something like that. Come back around. Connect it in there. And then let's go ahead and let me draw with the big Sharpie, the belt. Let me go ahead and draw like, let's see, ooh, you know what we're gonna do? I know what we're gonna do. Watch this, this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be the edge of the belt. Like that. Come up here doing one of these. All right. I'm gonna add some extra stuff here. If I can. This is gonna be a super long one, I'm so sorry. But hey, that's the fun of it, okay? So, again, we're gonna draw this hose coming back here, something like that. And we'll say it's floating back here, coming down, connected back here. Like that, okay? Awesome. All right, that one you can't even see where it's connected because it's back behind her. This one you can see a little bit because of the way she's turned. So here's what I want to do. I want to add like some extra stuff. So we're going to draw almost like a whole big pack because it's not just the belt. She's got to have other stuff on here. So we're going to say that it's like bags or something that's attached, and that helps power the belt. Okay, so again, it's just a little something extra. I don't know what it's going to be, but again, it's a little bit of extra power, something like that. There you go. So just a little bit of, it's not just a belt. It's obviously got to have other stuff and science and stuff like that. I'm just kind of having to explain. I feel like I need to explain everything. I don't know why. Okay, so now again, we're going to draw anatomy down to her boots. So, and I am giving her underwear. I will say that, kind of like if you go to the doctor, you don't have to get completely naked. Sometimes they say just strip down to your underwear. So that's what she's doing. So I'm going to draw her crotch like this. Okay, so that means I can start with her leg, the inner thigh down to here, to her knee, to the boots. And the same thing, the boots are going to be just like that. Well, not just like that, but a power source. Okay, so her other thigh is like this, and to her knee, to her boot. So same thing, we're going to draw the front of it here, the knee to the boot, inner thigh, or the back of the leg, I guess, by the way she's turned, like this. Now, again, there's only so many of the bones you're gonna see, so we're gonna say it's back there. All you're gonna see is this. This is a humerus, is that what it is? Like that. The knee pad, or you know what I'm saying. Like that. Again, that's all I'm gonna do because I'm just implying, right? So you can't see all that in there. We're gonna come through like this, and see how I didn't touch? Again, we're just kind of getting creative here. Right? That way it shows that it's further back. That's kind of the idea, okay? There we go. Boom, that's awesome. That's awesome. I hope you're having a good time. I am, this is cool. So, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do boots with like a power source on. So I guess we can do the same kind of thing. Let's do... I like that, it worked. And I guess we should say that if that's how they did it here, that's how they did it there, you know? We'll yeah, let's do it over here. I want to draw one more there, but just give me a second. I'm kind of going with spacing in the way the boot is. So let me draw the boot real fast. Ooh, you know what? Hang on. Let's do this. There we go. Okay, boot. Close that off. Boot. Like that. Ooh, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's close it off. I should have. There we go. Maybe I can fix it like that. Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm going to make like her hand just. She's not wearing shoes. Okay. So I'm going to draw the edge of the boot. Close it off. Come up here to this edge, and we're going to say that it's connected right there. Yeah. Okay, so let's do anatomy. So I'm going to draw her foot down to her toes. That's her ankle. Down to her heel. So that's all we're really going to see. And then I'm going to add some detail. That didn't quite work out, but that's okay. That's fine. It's change of plan, so we're adapting. Okay? So heel to toe. And that's it. That's all I want to draw. Now, let's get going with the details. Oh, you know what? Before I forget to, let me attach these. Okay, so same thing. It's just a hose with wires. So that's all it is. A little bit of detail. Did we do anything there? Oh, we did some science dots. These are the science lights. Everything with science has to have lights, right? So that's what we're going there. Okay, so we're going to draw a little bit of the bone. And again, we're not drawing all of them. We're just kind of implying a few. That's it. So same thing. This is a little messed up. I didn't quite get that right, but that's okay. We'll do like that to straighten that out. Okay. All right. So could have been done a little bit better, but that's okay. We'll do it like that. So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So for Sunday Funday, that is the Visible Woman. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.